Hey everyone, welcome back to part 6 of Hell Is Us. Please remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons so that you're always notified when I come out with a new guide. For now, we're picking up in Lake Sinon. We're getting into the APC and we're about to do a little bit of research with Tanya. So here you're going to speak to her first, and we're going to ask her about the symbol of the screaming face to begin with.
His name is Caspian Fran. During our brief stay in Talju, I met Boro Juven.
You don't have to ask her about anything else just yet. When you ask her about the screaming face, we're going to open up Talju.
Find anything out there?
Now we can research those two items that we found at the beginning of Lake Sinon. And once you have researched both of those items, she's going to say she found another code for a vault of forbidden knowledge. This one is in Vyssa Hills. We're going to be headed there pretty soon anyway, so we'll be able to open it up when we go there. For now, we want to head back over to Akasa Marshes. Now, heading over here, a lot of the soldiers are going to be gone at this point. So we'll be able to do a few things that we weren't able to do while all the soldiers were there.
I am no longer your enemy.
In that cutscene, you see the woman, the very cryptic looking woman is showing her face now. That's a pretty good story. So I recommend watching it. When we get into Akasa Marshes, the first thing that we want to do is head over to the house where there was a female soldier and a dog. So it's over on the right side of town from where we park the APC. Just here in this fence, you can see the woman is now gone and the dog is chained up. So let's free him. This is Max, and we're going to take his collar. This starts a good deed. Once you're finished with that, you can head over, and you don't have to speak to this soldier, but you can. He'll tell you that Voss left. He went over to the Abbey. And if you noticed when you ran down the street, Jaffer is no longer there tied to the pole. So we're going to have to investigate that later on. For now, we want to bring the Limbic forging tome over to Victor.
Let's get those weapons serviced.
So hit study, give him the tome.
Nice.
And that's going to increase how much we can upgrade our weapons. So go ahead and choose any weapons that you would like to upgrade. Do keep in mind that you will have to upgrade one polearm, one sword, one greatsword, and one set of twin axes. So even if you don't use those weapons, you do still have to upgrade one of each. Just so you know, I have enough at the end to upgrade all of those and 4 different sets of twin axes as well, and I still have a lot left over, so you should be fine. Here I'm infusing some shards so that I can perform an upgrade. I don't quite have enough medium-sized rage shards, so I'm going to infuse some neutral shards with rage, and that will allow me to upgrade my twin axes to level 4. And I think right now I'm pretty much set. I still don't have the defensive gear that I really want. It'll be coming soon, but you'll see why I wait for that particular defensive gear, because you're almost never going to have to use medkits again if you go with the defensive gear that I chose. So once you have completed servicing your weapons, you can hop into the APC, and we are going to travel over to Vyssa Hills. If you remember, Atticus was there, and we have the keys that we can give him to where he can get in a working truck. But I said there was one other good deed we had to do first, otherwise we would be locked out. So we're going to go and do that now. Go back over to that camp area. So from the APC, you'll turn around from where you spawn and then go to the right and follow the path that leads out of this rocky area. We're going to head over to the left where the time loop was before we collapsed it. And if you remember, there's another path that's a little bit further that goes up. We want to take that path. It'll lead to a ladder that we can climb to reach the camp where these people are staying. You know, we come back into these areas that we've been to so many times, like Vyssa Hills and Akassa Marshes. We come a lot to these areas. So eventually you're going to get super comfortable with them, and you'll have like a map in your head that you'll just instinctively know where to go. Let's go talk to this man here in the blue jacket and give him Max's collar. And he's going to be very excited about it. That will complete the man's best friend good deed. You can also talk to the woman here if you like. You don't have to. Once that is done, we can head back over to Atticus and hand him the keys to the truck. Now, once we do this, once Atticus gets once he gets the keys, we'll have a shortcut that opens up. So from the APC, there's a small building, a wooden building directly in front of it. Once Atticus leaves, there'll be a ladder there. So we can just climb up and bypass all of this running around in circles that we have to do here. So now that we're back at the APC, there you see the ladder is down. I guess it popped up sooner than I thought. I thought Atticus had to leave, but apparently not. He's right here above the ladder. You can hand him the keys to the ON vehicle.
The ON truck? This is great news. I'll head. We're getting out of here.
So he's gonna leave this area after this. Giving him the keys nets us the Heart of Gold. Good deed. And while we're here, we're gonna head over to Gildas. We haven't done a whole lot, but we can go ahead and cash in on any rewards that he may have waiting for us since we're already here.
Remember, have I helped
Looks
enough
like
Indians?
we did a few good
Good.
deeds. He'll give us several items. I'm not going to go through each one because he gives quite a lot. So that relic right there, Bathe in Blood, that is a really, really good one. Here I'm opening up my data pad. We're going to go to the loadout. And I'm just taking a look at my defensive gear, but I don't have the one that I wanted. I guess I might go in later and change out my relic. For now, we'll travel to the APC. And we're gonna head straight to the Vault of Forbidden Knowledge from here. So go down the hill. We're gonna head over to that waterfall. You can see it, it's on the right from where you exit where the APC is. Go on the right side of it. When you're on top of it, go on the right side and slowly, carefully fall down. It's very, very hard to control Remy when he's falling. And there's a small cave hidden behind the waterfall. We want to follow it all the way to the end. And there will be a door here. Now the combination to open this one is first admiration. That's the one that looks like a backwards S. Then amazement. To me it looks like an eye with two legs. Then ecstasy, which is this one here. And finally rage, which kind of looks like a thermometer. Once you open that door, you can collect everything inside of the vault. There are always lots and lots of things in here. So we'll have several miscellaneous items. Those are the white glowing orbs. They are good reads, but they're not required for anything. Here we have a defensive item. And a glyph. And this is a passive relic. This is another glyph. And finally, another glyph. So you can go ahead and look at your weapons and see if there are any of these glyphs that you would like to add to your weapon. I'm just doing a quick run through to make sure we picked up everything. And now this area is completed. Once you're finished, just exit out and carefully drop down from that ledge. And we have to work our way back up to the APC. Or if you can find a save point and a fast travel there. Sometimes it's a little difficult to remember where all the save points are. Luckily, there's one right down here by this tree. Although I am going to go around, I remembered when I was recording this that there is a recording over here where we met, oh my goodness, I can't remember his name. Vitalis. Yeah, we met Vitalis. If you come through that rubble and up the hill, you can pick up a recording. It's not necessary for any trophies, but I do like to be thorough if possible. And some of these recordings are very interesting, especially the ones later on at the end of the game. They are very unusual. So we can... Oh, that soldier passed away, unfortunately. We can make our way back to the save point and fast travel to the APC. And from here, we're going to go inside and we're going to travel over to Talju. Now, Talju is one of those towns that we're not going to be going to a lot. It's a pretty much one and done. You'll have to go back one other time than just this time, but it's a very small area. And it's very orange. Like there's a lot of smoke and dust in the air, which makes it very hard to see. So just be prepared for that. I know I have very bad vision. I struggled a lot with this particular area. When you spawn in, to the right of the APC, there is a ranged enemy here that you can take out because he's going to make our lives miserable if we don't. Over by the tank, you can pick up some orders. And we're going to climb up these stairs here. There's a train track at the top, and there's going to be several enemies on the train track. Even though like these haze enemies are super annoying, it's good to fight them because they give you pre-infused shards, which are very helpful. Once you defeat this enemy, run along the track, and to the left there's a bench where you can find a diary that says Crazy Week. This diary is needed for a mystery. It has a code for a computer. We just don't know where the computer is right now. We have a double haze enemy. It has both rage and terror, and it's also a time-lived guardian. So take him out and we won't have to deal with him anymore. Go through this gap in the fence and we'll be in sort of a residential area. There's a couple enemies here. And we're not going to be able to take out the time loop right away. We are going to have to come back to do that. So if you don't kill every enemy, that's okay. Down here, there's a research item, a Ballot, on these stairs going down to that basement area in that house. If you continue down, on the left, there will be an enemy waiting for you, and there's also a door that can only be unlocked from this side. Go ahead and unlock it because it's going to make life so much easier for us. You can drop down here and take out these haze enemies. On the ground right behind them is a drone module, so you'll definitely want to grab that. So this is actually an upgrade to a drone module that we already have. So if you open up your data pad where the drone is, you can see this is an elite model of a module that we already have. You can swap it out if you have that one, the previous model, if you have it already equipped, you can swap it out for the stronger one. Unfortunately, it's not until way later in the game that the one we use the most often, the Distract, it has an upgrade, but we don't get it until much later. In this open area, you want to take all of these guys out. They are a nuisance. From this area, I'm just checking to see what doors can be opened and what doors cannot. That one can't be opened from this side. So let's continue on through the street. You'll see over to the right at the intersection, there's a yellow orb. This is a zoom lens, and this is an item that we're going to need to bring to the hermit in a Casa Marshes. So don't forget to grab it. We're going to go back over to where we were before at this intersection. Go forward and you're going to see there's a banner and there's lots of hanging bodies right by the banner. This is a good landmark to figure out where you are. Again, this is a small area, really, but it has a lot of, you know, like you can take a little turn to the left or a little turn to the right, but most likely it's a dead end. It's usually where houses or businesses are. So you kind of can't get lost. Everything kind of loops in on itself. Up here, if you go to the left, that's back at the APC. So we really just made a big circle. We traveled over the city through the train tracks, and as we came down, we really just made a circle. So there is the APC, just for context, and we're going to go straight from the APC. There's a pharmacy on the right, and then There is this town hall here. Take out the enemies that are in front of it. There are NPCs that we need to talk to inside, and they will not open up the door until that guy is gone. And he's a time loop guardian, so he will not return. Be sure to pick up this exploration item, the flares. We are going to need those flares for a good deed.
Could I have let go of his
When you enter the town hall,
Who are you?
I'm
talk
Caspian.
to
Whatever
Caspian.
those demons are.
He is the man sitting right in the front.
What do you know about this
And
symbol?
exhaust all
I
of
can
his
give you a history
dialogue
lesson.
under investigation.
Do you have any idea
Now,
what Lukhan might
he's
be?
going to ask you to
Lukhan and
help
I got
find
separated.
his
There's
son
too much smoke out there. Here, take this
before he'll
walkie-talkie.
answer any questions
best
about
if
the
you tried to
screaming
play
face
ground.
symbol. So he'll give us a walkie-talkie and a kind of a crude map.
What can you tell me about Sam?
It actually
Sam
is
is
pretty
Boro's
useful.
dog.
It labels buildings
Tell me
and
more about the mechanic.
I had
lets you
minimal
know
interactions with him, but he was
what
nice
they
enough to let
are
me
and
play
where
with
they are
Sam.
in the town. So it's kind of useful. And it should help us to find Lukhan, his son. Now the walkie-talkie is not for us, it's for Lukhan. So we're not actually going to use it. The light in the dark good deed that we just started, we started that by picking up the flares. So we're going to be finding 4 different NPCs around the town who need help, and we'll be handing them flares. So when you come out of the town hall, go straight and go in the fence at the very first left by this burning house and get the pamphlet, which is a research item. We don't want to leave that behind. We can leave out the same way that we came, and we need to head east. So go forward a little bit and around this small shed. There'll be an enemy hiding there just waiting to pounce. Take him out and continue going east. There will be more enemies here. There's one directly in front of you, and then there's one down at a small dock on the right. You see him there? You can go down and pick up that item and then go around this house. There will be more enemies here. And when you circle around this house, you can go up that little ramp and climb this ladder. That gate can only be opened from the inside. So go ahead and open it before climbing up the ladder. And there's a hole in the wall here. When you go inside, Tanya will talk to you. You can pick up the research item Warn Journal. You can also pick
From where
up
I'm standing.
Agatha's journal.
That's a good thing.
And there is a safe here. So if you pull out your data pad and you go to your inventory, under investigation items, we have Agatha's ID card. We need to take a look at her ID number, and that is going to be the code for this safe, which is 34911. Open it up and we'll get a recording. We'll also get a defensive gear, the Idol of Rage, and we complete the mystery, the Hideout. You can go and open this door, and there's a lady hiding here. Here, I'm just going into my data pad to take a look at what I have. I'm going to equip one of the defensive gear that I just picked up. That is the Idol of Rage. This allows you, when you fight enemies and you hit them, they will continue to take damage over time, even if you're not hitting them. So it's very, very useful. Talk to this woman, and once you've finished hearing what she has to say, trade with her.
Do you know if anyone else is?
And give her a flare.
Thank you.
You'll see she lights it up pretty much immediately outside. That's going to allow her to be rescued. So only 3 more to go. Then we can drop down where the ladder is, and we can now exit out of that area. Now we're heading back over toward the APC, and to the left of it, here there is a whole bunch of enemies. You'll want to take all of these guys out. And once these are taken care of, there's actually another one that's hiding around that corner. There's like a tractor right there. You want to go around it. There's another enemy hiding here. Which is good to know because once you take out time loops, you have to kill every single enemy for a trophy. Go around behind this ON truck and there's a time loop guardian. He will no longer be there. The others will if you come back. Of course, we have a haze enemy in front of this garage. We do need to take care of him so we can go inside and speak to the NPC that's in there. I'm just taking a look here, but there is nothing there, so make your way inside of this garage. I thought I saw something glowing, but it's just a reflection of my flashlight. So in here, you can talk to the mechanic,
I'm Boro.
whose name is Boro, and exhaust all of his investigation
Can you tell
dialogue.
me about Sam?
He has a
Sam's
dog
an
named
American
Sam, which you
bulldog.
can see next to
Sam
him
went
on that
nuts during the
table. There's a
attack.
picture
I
of
suppose
Sam,
he went to find
and
the
his
kid.
name's
I hope
around
they
it.
find
He's
each other.
a cute
He
looking
may have been
bulldog.
heading towards the school.
What can you tell me
Apparently,
about Lukhan?
Caspian's
Poor
son,
kid.
Lukhan,
We don't
has
like
made
people.
friends with
A
Sam,
Veroni's kid came here
and
almost
they've
every
both
day.
gone missing. So, we'll probably find them together. Once you finish dialogue with Boro,
I get it.
give him
I
one
like
of the
this
flares, and you'll see it light up outside of his mechanic shop. And now we can leave this area. We're just gonna head back over to the town. Now, I'm going to equip that map that Caspian gave to me. Just in case we need it, it will be readily available. So you can scroll through your items and pull up that map if you need to. And you can see each building is labeled with a number. And you can see the town itself is very small. There's not a whole lot going on to it. It's just a huge mess. And there's so many areas that you can't enter right away. You have to find a way around and unlock a door. So, we're headed back to the town hall, down the road that goes in front of the door, and we're going to go to the right this time. This is a park area. Of course, we want to take out the ranged enemy first. Right here, pick up the pharmacy key. We are going to be needing that later on. We can't get into the pharmacy right now, but we will be able to later. Take out the next ranged enemy, and then head back over to the playground area so we can take out the fat boy that's... Oh, it's not a fat boy. It's... that one I always want to call it a grasshopper. I think because his arms bend backwards, like a grasshopper's legs. If you come over here, you can pick up keys to a house in Talju, and you can pick up Lukhan's ethnic ID card. That starts a mystery for us, which we won't be able to fulfill until later. We want to go through all of this rubble here at this burning house. You can get back down to the road through a broken fence. And over here, we cannot open up that gate, but we can go up the stairs into this building. There are enemies waiting, so be ready. That door there that we need to open, we can't open it until we get rid of all of the hollow walkers. So take them out. In here we have a flame symbol and a map of the Sinedra Mountains. So that starts the Forlorn Fate Good Deed. And if you have a good memory, you'll know that we saw a flame symbol in those trenches in Sinedra, and there was a voice on the other side of a door. So I think we know what to do with that. Here, this woman, speak to her, trade a flare, and now we have only one left. You can exit this building through the blown out hole on the side. This is the Vanderlyn Trust building. Now we can go and open up this door here. That's the one we couldn't open before. So that gives us another easy access. We want to unlock as many doors as possible. So I see enemies over there to the right, and I was trying to get to them, but there's no way for me to get to them from here. So we're just going to exit out onto this part of the street. I'm going to take out these enemies. You can go either straight or to the right. Here, this is, that's where the enemies are, but we'll have to go up to get to those guys. So go up and around. It's kind of silly how you have to get to them, but that's just the way it is. Once these guys are taken care of, you can come up over here and open this door. This leads us back to the main part of town, like the main road. When you exit that door to the right, there's a time loop guardian. Be sure to take him out. This is back over in front of the Vanderlyn Trust building. We cannot open that door just yet. We have to do something special to get into that area. So we're working on getting there. Make your way back the way that you came. This is, again, pretty much the main road here. We're going to drop off the side of the sidewalk up there and go down the street this way. This is where we just killed those two enemies at the intersection. And there's a red barn over here. You'll want to take out this enemy. There's an NPC in the top of the barn that we need to speak to. When you come into the barn, you can check these little alcoves, but there's nothing in the front. Just go up the ladder. And at the top of the ladder, you'll see a guy sitting there. Go and speak to him. And when he's finished talking, you can trade him your final flare so that he can get some help and get out of here. And once you've done that, go down the ladder, exit the barn, and go around the back. So go to the left, go around the back. And there's going to be another ladder going up to the opposite side of the barn. There is a small item over here that you can grab if you wish. Once you climb up, that white glowing orb is cap number 2. So let's go ahead and put it on in our loadout so that we don't forget about it. Just wear your Palamist cap proudly. And now we can descend that ladder. And we can leave this barn area. Let's go to the left. There are going to be several enemies there surrounding that that time loop. We don't have what we need, so just go up the stairs that are in front of the barn. This is the school area. Take out that Hollow Walker. You can see here on the ground, unfortunately, it looks like Sam didn't make it. But being that Sam is here, you can bet Lukhan is nearby. So open up this small shed, speak to the boy that is sitting here.
Hey,
You can exhaust all of his investigation dialogue.
How are you, kid?
The soldiers. I wish I had helped.
Who is Sam?
Sam is my best friend.
I do feel bad for Sam. I
Is
always feel bad
Caspian
for
your dad?
animals that
Yes,
don't make
my
it in
dad's name
video
is
games or
Caspian.
movies, but Sam literally died protecting this kid. So, yeah, it's sad. Once you talk
Hello?
to Lukhan, you can hit trade and give him the walkie-talkie. You'll get a cutscene after you select trade. When the cutscene is finished, you can now head back over to Caspian. You can exit out this way. We passed here a minute ago. There were a bunch of humanoid hollow walkers in front, if you remember. We couldn't open that door. Now we can unlock it. Here we're going to go around the other side of the school. And this brings us back to the main road. There is a church here. You can see there are enemies over there, but we have to go around the opposite side. That's where we first came into town. That opening, that was the very first door that we unlocked when we got into town. Let's go straight. We have a hollow walker that has a haze. Continue around the church. Don't go down the stairs just yet. Go around the church and down these stairs to the back. This is going to be a time loop guardian. Take these guys out so that they don't return. And then you can come back and go down the stairs now. There is an enemy here waiting. And once we come out this way, this is back over where we found the journal. If you keep on going and round this corner, you see the pharmacy and again the town hall. Everything just makes a big messy loop.
Thank you.
So come over here and speak to Caspian.
I found your son.
Ask him about the
What do you want me
symbol
to
of
do?
the screaming
We need
face.
to get out of here. Take this key.
And of course, he
Thank
needs
you
you to
for
do
finding
something
my
else
son.
for him before he'll tell you anything. He'll give you a parking lot key and ask you to take out the hollow walker from a specific area so they can leave. So go back around the pharmacy and oh, you can stop in here and pick up this cryptic clue. That should be, is that our third cryptic clue? Anyway, continue around this small building here by the large gate. It has a green door. Use the key that Caspian gave you to unlock it and just interact with the computer. You don't need a gate. All you have to do is press open the gate. And this will be our final time loop guardian of this area. It's going to spit out several terror phases. If you're having trouble, before you go into this, you can equip a terror suppressor. If not, just take him out. You'll hear the very loud noise that indicates that all the time loop guardians in this area have been taken care of. You can go over to the side here and unlock that door. Now, for some reason, I encountered this several times in this playthrough, and I did not have it happen once in the normal playthrough, where your game will act like you have an enemy. It won't let you interact with things, but there's no enemies around you. If that happens, you can save and reload, or you can travel to the APC and then come back. It'll usually clear itself up. But for now, I'm just going to head back over to Caspian.
I'm so happy to be with my dad
I
again.
did off camera. I
Are you gonna
did
be okay?
travel back to
Yes.
the APC and then come back to speak to Caspian and Lukhan.
Thank you for
So
clearing
now
the
you can
demons.
finally get the answers you're
Now,
looking for
tell
about
me
the
what you know
screaming
about this
face,
symbol.
although
This
I
symbol
think
represents
it
the
just
matron saint of
leaves
Southern.
more
She was
questions,
initially the
really.
subject of my thesis, but I
Who is the Blood Queen?
Now we're finding out about a blood queen. So we go from a screaming face to a blood queen. They have
strange symbols are
there's a whole lot going on in this game, and it's very interesting. I love the story. Once you talk to him, you'll get a cutscene, and all those guys in there are gonna leave. We open up Maristan as the new area. Now we can come and unlock this shortcut. And we can also get into the pharmacy. So come around. There was a truck here that was blocking the door, but they have left in the truck. They're going to go pick up all the people who lit their flares, and they're going to get out. So we're just going to unlock the pharmacy, come inside, pick up that med kit, come to this back room here and grab the Metformin. We need this for the waylaid good deed. That'll be much, much later. Then come over here and you can take a look at this clock and the computer, and remember the crazy week diary that we picked up? That gives us clues along with the clock as to the code, which is 91012. And then you can read the supply issues memo in there and solve the mystery of the supply chain. Then you can go out the front door. It'll unlock that front door, and next time we come here, we'll have easier access, if we need it, to the pharmacy. Now we're heading back this way over to where the bodies are hanging near that banner. We're coming up over here behind the church. Turn right and up the stairs, and this is the first area that we came to. Go around this house here, and behind it we can use the Talju house keys to unlock this door. And when we go inside, we have a recording. There's a computer here as well, where you can read a few articles that Caspian has. These are very important for the story, and the reminder about the safe, we're going to need that pretty soon. It's a clue about a safe code. Go around here to the yellow orb, and we get Lymbic Rod R-Z. And we also get this library safe letter, which says they're getting ready to get rid of the safe. Mr. Fran has to go get it. They're talking about Caspian. He needs to go and get it because they can't just store it forever. So that, paired with the clue that we read on the computer, is going to give us an idea of where to find the safe and what the code is. So once you have finished with all of that, we can head over to the APC. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Make sure you're always notified when there's a new guide up. And I can't wait to see everybody back here in part 7. So until then, Khajiit always has wares.